Deep in northern Tanzania lies Lake Natron. It is a massive, remote basin, framed by volcanic peaks and painted in a startling blood-red hue. Up close, the lake reveals a jagged, alien texture, a thick crust of minerals cracked by heat and saturated with extreme concentrations of caustic salts. In Greek mythology, the gaze of Medusa turned living tissue into solid stone. Local legends around this valley suggest the water here possesses that very same power. Resting on the dry, cracked shoreline are perfectly intact calcified animal carcasses, frozen in the exact same positions they held at the moment of death. While most bodies of water serve as an oasis that sustains life, Lake Natron acts as a permanent, open-air graveyard, forcing a scientific investigation into the unseen weapon hidden within the water. The source of this toxicity towers directly over the valley. That dark peak is Ol Doinyo Lengai, a highly active volcano. Every time it rains, volcanic ash washes down the slopes and empties into the basin. Because the lake has no outlet, the water eventually evaporates under the sun, leaving the minerals behind in a lethal concentrated brine. This sliding pH scale shows the result of that cycle. Normal drinking water sits at pH 7, but Lake Natron spikes past 10.5, making the water roughly as alkaline as a bottle of household ammonia. This chemistry is driven by natron, a naturally occurring blend of sodium carbonate and baking soda that gives the lake its name. At these levels, the water is entirely hostile to cellular life, rewriting the rules of survival for anything that touches the surface. The trap begins with a visual deception. From the air, the glassy, hyper-reflective surface looks like a calm, safe pool, leading migratory birds to dive directly into the basin. Upon contact, the caustic water immediately begins burning through exposed skin and feathers, causing rapid, lethal trauma. As it sinks, desiccation begins. Extreme salt violently draws moisture out of the animal's tissue, replacing water with dense mineral crystals. Because fluids drain so quickly, bacterial decomposition never starts. The animal's physical structure is effectively locked in place. These animals aren't magically turned to stone, but they are mummified. They are preserved by the exact same chemical mechanism that killed them. Despite this proven lethality, Lake Natron is the primary gathering ground for millions of migrating birds. Flamingos navigate this environment using specialized evolutionary armor. Their thick, heavily scaled legs resist the caustic salts and intense heat of the water. An internal view shows a specialized gland acting as a filtration system, pulling sodium from the bloodstream and expelling it as brine. Tolerating this chemistry lets them feed on toxic cyanobacteria, which eventually dyes their feathers pink. This provides a strategic advantage. The caustic water creates a perfect moat, preventing jackals and other land predators from ever reaching the flamingo breeding nests. Lake Natron is a masterpiece of paradox. In the natural world, an environment of absolute destruction